Starting this video over because my headphones were attached and I think I was trying to record through my mic unintentionally. Hey, Typology YouTube, how is it going? This is his ESFPness. Get it? It's a joke. Comedy. Mark Norman. Talking about just where I am with typology and my ESFP typing. Self-typing, because nobody else typed me as that ever. Despite the fact that I am a successful athlete from my youth and first quarter of life, moving into the artistic space now, as is tradition with ESFPs, going from, or I guess you could say standard development ESFPs, going from extroverted sensation to introverted feeling. Because like if I was an ESTP standard development, maybe I would have had more success when I was working in science back in Iowa and Boston, and just having more fulfillment from my collegiate major of neuroscience. Aside from that, yep, still on ESFP, finessing that idea a bit more with ideas of subtypes and like developmental trajectories. So, like as an ESFP, there might be like 4 different quarters of life that you really get the most out of, and it might be like past 4 quarters. It might be like, you know, there's like a quarter of your life, first, second, third, fourth, that's like your time to shine. Like Jordan Peterson, that would be his 4th, where he's really making a bang or an impact. For me, who knows? I don't think it was my first. I don't think I really shined as brightly as I could have shined, as some people shine as athletes. If it is, that would be very disappointing if like I peaked in high school, but maybe that is how it works for some people. But maybe not, you know, maybe it's, you know, somewhere up there it was successful, but like maybe not super successful. Who knows, but maybe you could have like a 4th quarter that's very successful, a 3rd quarter that's slightly less, 2nd and 1st, or you could be the opposite of that, or you could be like 4-2, 4-2, 3-1, 2-3, or not 2-3, but 2-1, 3-4, 2-1, 4-3, something like that, where it's like a symmetrical kind of square thing going on. As you go down the quarters, like 1 is the opposite of 3, 2 is the opposite of 4. I don't know. No, actually, it would be 1 and 4, 2 and 3. Still messing around with that idea. I don't know what the actual opposite quarters would be. But yeah, because there's people, I think this might be a good job of explaining like why some people you look at like as a young adult and you're like, why are they killing it so hard right now? And it might just because it's their time and it's not your time yet, because people kind of see that first quarter success explode off of some people and they're like, oh, that's where I should be, but not necessarily. Like maybe you're more of a Jordan Peterson type of development where you really don't hit your he hit his stride, right? But he didn't really hit his stride until he got to like college and started taking stuff seriously. And now at the end, like towards the end of his life, 4th quarter stuff, he's like really killing it. So maybe that's how some people are set up. Maybe that's how I'm set up. Maybe that's how you're set up. Who knows? But yeah, in terms of like extroverted sensation stuff, I think I was working as a fitness coach last time. I made a video, still doing that, still same job, still same company, most of the same people, had a bit of turnover, but that such is tradition with business, turnover. Such is the tradition with Caitlin Clark's WNBA first season, turnovers. Extroverted sensation, I told you, who else knows about Caitlin Clark's turnover problems aside from ESFPs and ESTPs? That's a joke, I guess. I think Flow J. Johnson might be an ISFP, because if you're tracking kind of like the blips on the radar of her, she was like on like America's Got Talent for rapping as like a teenager and got like a golden buzzer and like went to pretty far in the competition or something. And now she's getting attention for basketball, but it's like, I think she might be an actual ISFP. And this is kind of flies in the face of the idea I had about like basketball being like a kind of an integrative extroverted sensation sport where it's like more complicated to do than other things. So maybe it's like a 4-dimensional extroverted sensation as opposed to 3, 2, or 1. I don't know. It was just something I was playing around with. But I think it's just like, I think basketball might be like Personality Hacker has this idea of like sensation and accuracy coming together in the form of extroverted sensation, introverted sensation. and I'm trying to figure out like the different types of sports, because either it's like if you have extrovert sensation as the perceiving function, and then the four different judging functions as auxiliaries to that, you could have like four different types of extrovert sensation when it comes to sports. And maybe like the accuracy sports where you're actually trying to hit targets is a whole type of thing. Football's this, basketball's this, golf is this, archery is this, curling is this, bowling is this, pool is this, where you're trying to like, I gotta hit that thing over there. I don't know, but it's not always the case. I think that like people who do that sport like have a certain second not string, but like a second category of activity that fits the accuracy thing. Like track and field is kind of different because you have more objective metrics of success, success, and that might be effectiveness from a personality hacker perspective, but because you have like meters, time, space. It's just space and time, really. Weightlifting, you have mass or weight. There's no energy though. I don't think there's an energy sport. That would be the last one. Maybe that's like I don't know. What did I miss off? Space time, yeah. It's an energy like track and field event. I don't know what that would even be. Yeah. Anyway, yep. Still doing my music and comedy stuff. Still trying to figure that out. I think I could maybe benefit from like not taking this part of my life too seriously, because in the case that like I'm 29, I'm not like Taylor Thompson. I'm not like or Tomlinson. I'm not like Matt Rife. You know, they're around my age and they're like way ahead of me with like comedy stuff. Like, and given that they're like also ESFPs, maybe they're ISFPs and they've had like longer to work on it. You know, but maybe it's like this isn't something I need to be like. Maybe the comedy stuff isn't my calling card. As an ESFP, maybe extrovert sensation isn't every ESFP's calling card. Maybe introverted feeling isn't every ESFP's second calling card, or like the combination of the two isn't every ESFP's calling card. Maybe it is the case that some ESFPs really start to hit their stride later in life. I'm 29 years old. I got time. Knock on wood, or just knock on myself, because it's really up to me if I. It's how I think about it, you know. Because like, I don't know. I'm still trying to live indefinitely, I guess, but like, it's a tall order. That was definitely my goal when I was younger. It's like, I'm gonna live forever. And like I can't really abandon that goal just because death is too impending and finite and absolute and terrifying. Even though it's like just exactly what was going on before you were born, and that wasn't awful. Or like the idea of not being born isn't as bad as the idea of being dead. You know what I mean? It's like, why do I care? I don't know. I just want to keep it going though. Even though I'm not having a whole lot of fun, but whatever. I mean that is life though. It's literally just keeping it going. Like you're on a treadmill just to stay in the same spot, you know. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. That's just like thermodynamics. Like you have to fight against entropy, and it's a fight to keep stuff going. Like my knees are like kind of shitty right now. Not bad in terms that they can't do what they need to do. They just hurt sometimes. It's like I gotta get on that, or else that'll go, which will mean this'll go, and that'll go, and that'll go. Knees over toes guys got me. Ben Patrick. I think he's an ESTP, maybe an ESFP, but I don't know where I don't see the ESFP. I think there's this girl I know from high school who I think is an ESTP jumper, because she went from kind of like, she wasn't like a super crazy successful athlete in high school. She was like good at volleyball, I think, but like now she works in like caring for animals. So I don't know what else you're gonna call that. I know a guy who like does ESFP jumper from personal training. He is a martial artist primarily, but like also just kind of like an all-around athlete. Yes, extrovert sensation lead type, but he trains dogs on the side, and that's like, you know, hey, commanding, leadership type shit. I'm like the, you know, I think I got examples now for every SE lead variant. That'd be cool to just kind of interview these people. I don't have like a good example of a standard ESTP that I actually know, though. Somebody who went from like my former boss is in ESTP as far as I can tell. Be a bit of an awkward interview because he did fire me, not for like me being it was a bad fit at the lab. I wasn't like cut out to do the work, but they hired me anyway, so they thought I was, but I clearly wasn't. And they just weren't willing to like give, like, you know, babysit me as much as I guess I was needing to be babysat on all the different tasks I was being assigned. So I think it's a shared responsibility there, but like it was a bad fit. I'm not a ESTP, so I had no business being there at the same time. I didn't know that, you know. I didn't know I could have just started doing like fitness stuff and that'd have been fine. So the other thing I'm trying to think about is like, what's the best way to kind of be a fitness professional given that I'm a standard ESFP? Maybe there's a good way to be a fitness professional is like I don't know, standard ESTP, standard ESFP, jumper ESTP, and jumper ESFP. I'm trying to figure out like what's the career trajectory for a standard ESFP fitness professional. I'm not sure. If anybody has any ideas on that, let me know in the comments below or whatever. I don't know. Thinking about starting up a Discord. I don't know how many subscribers of the 60 actually watch these things with any consistency, or I don't know, anybody who's watching randomly either. Man, typology skits. I don't know. I have, that's in my bag to do. I could start doing those too. But at the same time, like I know that's not going to be like how I, you know, feed myself, which is fine because that's kind of what this self-discovery journey has revealed to me, is that like I can feed myself with my body and my kinesthetic intelligence, which brings me to just kind of like the overlaps in like different knowledge fields with typology. There's just like Howard Gardner Grant's like 8 types of intelligence. You've got like kinesthetic, extrovert sensation, that's on there. You've got like Enneagram stuff. I think I've already been over like the overlaps there, but also just the Ryasek Holland codes for career types, like realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional. In other words, extroverted sensation, introverted thinking, introverted feeling, extroverted feeling, extroverted thinking, and introverted sensing, potentially in that order. So I don't know, that's kind of interesting. Kind of running out of steam here. Not steam, just about stuff to say. That's a bit, you know, what I've been thinking about. I don't know, that's probably it then. Let me know if you guys have any comments. I don't even know who you guys is at this point. I don't know who watches these things. I think Jack watches them pretty consistently. Aside from that, I don't have any regulars that I actually like recognize. But hey, if we've had a conversation before, you just want to like say hi, let's do that in the comments, because I don't even know who watches these. People just kind of watch. I mean, I've got 60 subscribers. Like, I put videos out and like they get a decent number of views. So yeah, hello. Say hello back if we've talked or corresponded in the past, and I'll see you on the next update video or whatever I do next, which I'm not sure what it'll be. See ya.